Good afternoon. Welcome from AEA here in Dallas, Texas. We're very excited to be at this show. We've got some great things going on. I'm joined here by Ryan Braun. Ryan is the Managing Director for General Aviation, and we've got many things happening in the open connected cockpit space. Ryan's going to be talking to us about what that means for our customers and for our installers. Ryan, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, fantastic. So tell me, what is the open connected cockpit and what does it actually mean for our customers and installers?
Well, the open and connected cockpit is our conception of how all of the things in a cockpit should communicate with each other. It's a term that's been used a lot in the years, over the years in the industry, especially the word connected cockpit. Everybody wants things to talk to each other, but we don't think it's really fulfilled its potential to date. There's a lot of scattered ecosystems out there that really have not been able to talk with each other. And there's a lot of legacy avionics in the cockpit.
Ooh.
Things like old autopilots, older navcoms, older IFR navigators, and really getting all of those things to be able to communicate, talk with each other, and present a cohesive flying package is something that really I don't think people have been able to accomplish without tearing everything out and putting in a whole new avionics package.
Got it. And that avionics package today, I'm familiar, we have our AB30, that's kind of the centerpiece from attitude indicator and digital gyro. What changes are coming to that to help enable this in open connected cockpit?
Right. When we launched the AV30, as you said, it functioned as two primary things, that attitude indicator and that directional gyro. It had a lot of other features, things like outside air temperature sensing, some basic interfaces to GPSs, angle of attack, but it really didn't have that connectivity. It was designed as a standalone device that was very easy to install, and its minimum installation, you basically had to get it 2 wires, power and ground. What we've done is we've enabled a lot more connectivity. And frankly, that takes time. It takes time to develop and certify that. And there's a big collection of avionics that we want to be compatible with. And so we've been working through that. And that's really been our focus for the last several years, is how do we put together that package that's going to work and be able to equip the Pipers and the Cessnas that our customers are flying today with the avionics they have, but give them an upgrade path to newer avionics. And that might be newer transponders, newer autopilots, or newer GPS navigators. One of the big features that we're going to be delivering here over the next few months as we go into Sun and Fun is the ability to interface with an IFR navigator, like a Garmin 430W or an Avidyne IFD navigator, to provide instrument guidance to the pilot, so IFR guidance. When we launched the product, we could provide VFR guidance, which was great. A great way to get to point A to point B and follow the magenta line essentially with some CDI. But now we're able to deliver full scaled horizontal and vertical guidance to provide both in-route and approach guidance. And so that's a big step up in capability. And it comes by the addition of a device we call AVHSI, which is a small dongle essentially. That you're able to plug in. As we introduce that, we'll talk a lot more about the features, but it does a lot for the AV30 because it allows AV30s to communicate with each other as well. Where before the AV30 was a very standalone, singular device that fulfilled one mission, now we're talking about how we bring your existing IFR navigation into our devices. And it doesn't end there. There's a number of other devices that we're working to integrate as well. We're launching the AV APA that allows interfacing to analog autopilots. So your STEC System 20, 30, 40, 50 type of autopilots, we'll be able to now control those in many ways, including heading bug, all the way up through GPS steering. And then last but not least, something that we hope to have certified right around Sun and Fun time is called AV Link. And that brings Wi-Fi functionality to the AV30. So we're talking about a lot of ways to interconnect and a lot of capabilities. Wi-Fi brings traffic. So it's really the starting point for how we're going to bring everything that you carry with you in the cockpit or everything that's in the panel to one place and really have them work together and share information effectively.
That's an awful lot. So, if I have an AV30 today, how do I get all these new features and connect with the AV APA and the AV HSI? Is that something relatively simple? Or what's enabling that?
We try to make it fairly simple, yeah. It's really software updates for the most part. We've always had the policy that our software updates are free. You can go on the website, very open. You don't need a special login to get at anything.
Yeah.
If you go to our website to the product support page, you'll see the most current software updates that are available. For the AV30, we have both experimental and certified versions. They sometimes have different software depending on how quick things go through the FAA. But so if you go for your product of choice that you have installed, you'll be able to see the release notes and the instructions for how you download and install that on the device. It's a fairly simple process, can be not without pain the first time. We have a great customer support team, of course, who can help you with that. But it's something that we want our customers to be adept at because there's a lot of new features coming all the time. New features, performance improvements, fixes, and those updates can even be performed over Wi-Fi. So they are pretty simple.
Outstanding, outstanding. And I know we have a lot of activity here in the U.S., but we're also lining up not just for Sun and Fun. We're going to be over Aero Friedrichshafen in Germany. That's our European flyers. Any changes with these updates related to them? Is there any uniqueness there?
There are, yeah. We heard pretty loud and clear over the last few years that we had some features that we really needed to get put into the AV30 to support our European flyers. Some of those things were as simple as units, kilometers per hour, hectopascals, right? And so those are now integrated in there. There's also some unique functionality for being able to swap the altimeter setting, barometric pressure, QNH, QNE type of swapping. Which is more useful for our European flyers than it is in the U.S. So that's a big push for us, is to make sure that no matter where we sell it, what market this goes into, that you really get a first-rate flying experience.
Fantastic. Well, it's some pretty exciting stuff coming out this spring and through the summer. Lots of new features, lots of new functionality coming from a few different devices as well. Thanks very much. It was great to hear from you, and we look forward to the Open Connected Cockpit coming this spring, right?
Thank you very much, Rick.